So now I'm going to go ahead and bring back my cleanup tools. All right, so we're going to talk about faces on top of faces, and there's a couple of instances where this goes. We'll work on this one first. All right, so let's go ahead here. So it's hard to tell what the issue is, but let's go ahead and hit apply. And it's hard to tell. Now I've got all these faces selected. All right, is it one face that's the issue? Or is it another face? That's the hard part. So sometimes it takes kind of going on the back and the front to figure out what the issue is. And in this case here, there's an entire face that was selected, that was made behind all those edges. So in this case here, you're going to just have to delete this, all right, and then run the tool and hit apply. Nothing highlights. We can move on because that issue is fixed. All right. Now this one, all right, is also a version of faces on top of faces, but it's also loaded with a few more issues. So if we were to go ahead and highlight this, all right, and we go hit apply, we're getting n-gons being highlighted and selected. We're getting lamina faces, all right, and we also have these yellow verts, which mean that we have non-manifold geometry. We have 3 different types of problem geometry on this. And this is as a result of having used the old bevel tool back prior to 2016. Because the current bevel tool in its current iteration actually does a pretty decent job. All right, if I were to bring in a polycube and just show you over here, and let me go ahead and extrude this face here, and in here extrude this, pull this out, all right, and if I were to go and actually select the edges that I would normally bevel, deselect these, okay, same with this one, and same with this one, okay. So the old bevel tool used to do the older thing, but this is what the new bevel edge does with 2 segments now. If I go to 2 segments here, hit apply. So it's doing a slightly better job in creating a better formation here. And if you're working on one mode, this is absolutely a good solution for modeling. All right. So the tool has been improved in a lot of different ways, and if you compare that, all right, to what we have over here, all right, let me go ahead and rotate it in similar position. You can see that it's definitely improved in terms of the response and how much you have to fix. However, let's say you're not working in 2016 yet. Well, this is a quick fix, and this is a good way to learn it if in case you want to be able to fix it. Let me go ahead and select that. So here's the move. I'm going to go ahead and select this face, delete it. I'm going to go ahead and select this other face and delete it. I'm going to go ahead and fill that hole, and then I use the multi-cut tool to take these n-gons and turn them into quadded pieces of topology. And that is the fix. And you can also see, though, if you had enough of these on a model, it would get really pretty old in working with them. And so you'd have it down here to fix and the like. So we really don't want to have to do this all the time, but I'll be honest with you, I like this formation, especially if you're working in 3-key smoothing. It just smooths a little better in terms of how those corners are looking. Compared to, let's say we go back to the one down below, and we hit the 3-key here, maybe not as elegant. And again, it's a minor thing. It's one of those things where you have to be modeling in the business for a while, but a little touch of pinching there in that area. But again, not the end of the world, and is definitely, you can live with that if you needed to. All right, definitely for one mode modeling, definitely works. So if you're working with something prior to 2016, this little fix here that I showed you works great. All right. All right. So that would be one way to fix that issue of faces on top of faces, or in this case, there was a lot of different issues combined at once. N-gons, and non-manifold geometry. And we'll get back to non-manifold geometry soon enough, and we'll define that as well. Okay.